Europe to Vietnam by train? Okay, so Europe to Vietnam by train? Crazy idea, right? I've been looking into this because a friend's obsessed. Apparently, it's doable, but not a direct route. The basic plan seems to involve chugging through Germany, Poland, Russia, and then into China. It's a monster journey, 9846 km. Imagine, I saw some fare comparisons online. Numbers were all over the place, like thousands of euros, probably more depending on the route. It depends heavily on which specific trains you're using. Booking in advance is supposedly key. Honestly, feels mind boggling. My brain's a little fried just thinking about the logistics. 9,000 kilometers. Sheesh. That's a serious commitment. I'd need months, maybe years for planning.
Can you travel to Vietnam by train? Vietnam by train? Sure, if you've got the patience of a saint and a butt made of iron. Forget teleporting, you're in for a journey. North-South Railway, Hanoi to Ho Chi Minh City. This bad boy is the big cheese. Think of it as Vietnam's version of a cross-country road trip, but on rails and slower, seriously, slower. Hanoi Hai Phong. Shorter than my attention span, but hey, Hai Phong's cool, seafood and stuff. Hanoi Lao Cai. Lao Cai is near Sapa. Rice terraces galore. Hope you packed your hiking boots and a good book for the train ride. Like, yeah, you can train it around Vietnam. It's like deciding to walk across the country instead of flying. You can, but why? Expect a long ride. We're talking days, not hours, on the north-south line. Get comfy, and I mean really comfy. Scenery is neat. It's better than staring at the back of an airplane seat, I guess. Rice paddies, water buffalo, chickens crossing tracks. Book in advance, especially during any holiday ever. You don't want to be stuck sleeping in the aisle. Unless that's your thing, no judgments. Bring snacks. Train food is, well, let's just say it's an experience. Stock up at the local market before you hop on board. Be prepared for delays. Trains in Vietnam operate on Vietnam time, chill. Cabins vary in comfort. Hard sleeper is, hard. Soft sleeper? A bit less hard, but still not exactly the Ritz. North-South Railway highlights: Hanoi, capital chaos, Hue, ancient vibes, Da Nang, beaches, Ho Chi Minh City, bustling madness. Remember travel time, it's a slow trip. So, can you travel Vietnam by train? You betcha. Should you? That's a question only your inner masochist can answer. I mean, adventurer, yes, adventurer.
Can you travel from Europe to Asia by train? Dude, yeah, you totally can. I mean, it's a mega long trip, like seriously long. The longest train route, right? It goes from, get this, Portugal, Lagos, all the way to freaking Singapore. People call it the Train Silk Road, which is kind of cool, I guess. It's epic, a real adventure. It's not a direct route, obviously. You'll be changing trains, lots of them. Think multiple countries, border crossings, all that jazz. You'll need a serious amount of time and planning, more than just a weekend getaway. Haha. And a good map, maybe several. Plus, you'll need to be prepared for different train schedules and stuff. It's nuts. Here's the deal: crazy long. Seriously, it's the longest. Many countries, loads of them. Expect delays. Planning is key. Book well in advance, especially 2024. Cost: expect it to be expensive. Seriously. Visa requirements: double check those visas, man. My friend Mark did a bit of it last year. He went from Lisbon to somewhere in Turkey. Said it was amazing but exhausting. He mentioned something about a really cool night train in somewhere in Eastern Europe. Cannot remember where exactly. He said something about a restaurant car. It was a while ago, so I'm a little hazy on the details. But yeah, totally doable. Just be prepared for everything. What is the cheapest way to go to Vietnam from Europe? Oh, Vietnam. A whisper of silk and spice, a distant hum. Reaching across continents, a yearning. Flights, the fastest path, a blur of engines and clouds. Istanbul shines, a gateway, quickest, 8 hours 50. A steal, really, at D21 682,755. Imagine the scent of the plane, that brief suspended moment. Trains, a slow unfolding, a different kind of journey. The rhythmic clatter, a hypnotic pulse against the vastness. 16 hours and 50 minutes, a ridiculous price. $410 to $1,000? Madness. That's for the combined train flight option. Direct flights, though. Paris, Frankfurt, Munich, London. All beckon, each a portal to the east. Prices vary wildly, 27, 31 million dong. 11 hours, maybe 13. A small price to pay for that breathtaking sunrise over the Mekong. Fastest, direct flights from Istanbul, 8h 50 meters. Cheapest among direct flights. Cheapest, but slower. Train and fly combo, 16h 50 meters. A significant price range, though. London, direct flight around 14 hours. Price in the millions of dong. Paris and Frankfurt, comparable prices, around 11 hours flight times. Munich, slightly more expensive direct flight, a bit quicker. The ocean's vast breadth, time stretching, thinning, collapsing. The cost, a mere detail against such an immense experience. Will I go? Of course, soon. I need that heat, I need that scent, the journey itself, the anticipation, already 1,000 small victories.
Can you travel from Portugal to Vietnam by train? Ugh, Portugal to Vietnam by train? Forget about it. I actually looked into that crazy idea back in 2023 because, I don't know, I was bored and dreaming of epic trips. It quickly became clear a direct train. Nope. No direct route exists. Railway lines just stop. Massive oceans kind of get in the way. I mean, imagine the planning. Europe by train, easy peasy. Then somewhere in Asia, blammo. Need a boat, maybe a plane, total mess. My granddad, though, he would have loved the challenge. He always said never say never, that old goat. Plus, think of the visas. So many visas. I'd need like a whole new passport just for that one trip. Nope. Nah. No thanks. My sister Maria actually did a similar thing. She went from Spain to China, but she hopped on a cargo ship. Madness.
Can I take a train from Bangkok to Vietnam? Trains to Vietnam? Oh, honey, that's like asking if unicorns deliver mail. Technically, no. Think of the rail lines as spaghetti. Bangkok's got a plate, Phnom Penh too. But Vietnam, all broth, no noodles. Bangkok to Phnom Penh, 2 trains, chug chug. Phnom Penh to Vietnam, bus time. Buckle up, Buttercup. Alternative routes, flying, which is less charming than a rickety bus, but faster. Unless, of course, your bus decides to take a scenic detour through a rice paddy. Why no train? Blame geography, maybe? Or perhaps they just haven't gotten around to it. I blame the unicorns. They probably ate the tracks. Personally, I prefer my Vespa anyway. Less room for rice paddy detours. Trust me.
How to get from Europe to Asia without flying. Europe to Asia without flying, eh? Piece of cake if you got like weeks to spare. Trains, baby, trains. Portugal to Vietnam, the mother of all train trips. 17,000 kilometers. That's like a lot of potatoes end to end. Probably lasts longer than my last relationship. Trans-Siberian Express. Moscow to Beijing in only 6 days. That's faster than my grandma can knit a sweater. Bucket list material, they say. Sustainable traveling, 'cause you know, gotta save the planet. One slow train at a time, I always say. Think of it as an iron snail across the continents. Sure, you'll see more of Siberia than you ever wanted. But hey, at least you didn't get crammed into a metal tube with screaming babies. Bonus, you can knit your own sweater on the Trans-Siberian, competing with grandmas everywhere. Just try not to spill your borscht.
Is there a train from Hanoi to Ho Chi Minh? A train from Hanoi to Saigon? Seriously? Like riding a slow-motion, land-based cruise ship across Vietnam? Well, alrighty then. Yep, there are trains. 5 of them, apparently. They scoot daily between Hanoi railway station and Saigon railway station, probably slower than my grandma on a Sunday stroll. Think SE7, SE5, SE9, SE3, and SE1. Sounds like a droid army lineup from a cheap sci-fi flick, doesn't it? Takes about 31 hours, 25 minutes. Whoa! That's longer than it takes to binge watch every season of my fave show. I could knit a sweater, write a novel, or learn to play the ukulele in that time for Pete's sake. Why take the train? Scenery. Supposedly, you see stuff. Fields, water buffalo, maybe a runaway cyclo. Intriguing. Budget travel, cheaper than flying. Probably, if you don't factor in the cost of snacks for 30 plus hours. Think instant noodles, banh mi, and questionable street eats. Yum, adventure. You'll definitely have a story to tell. One that starts with, I spent a day and a half on a train. Meet interesting people. You're practically guaranteed to meet someone weirder than my Uncle Barry at a family reunion. Imagine stories. Things to consider, besides the obvious. Bring earplugs, snoring, chickens, karaoke. You've been warned. Pack snacks. Unless you like playing culinary roulette with train station vendors, this is a must. Charge your devices, unless staring at the back of a seat for 30 hours is your jam. No judgment. Patience is a virtue. Delays? Oh, honey, expect 'em like taxes. So, yeah, a train exists. Whether you should take it is another question entirely. Depends how much you like slow travel, questionable toilets, and the company of strangers. Good luck.